You have to take the good out the bad. That's with anything in life.
Those inspiring words coming from a Maryland man who spent almost 30 years locked up for a crime he didn't commit. But Jerome Johnson was freed just last week.
Despite everything he's been through, he told us that all he's been through actually made him a better person. Fox 5's Lindsay Watts spoke to him tonight in Baltimore.
Well, I went into prison at the age of 20, and I came out at 50.
As the world moved on without him, Jerome Johnson sat in prison as more than 10,000 days passed him by.
So of course you're going to feel, anger, the justice system let you down. My daughter was actually 1 day old.
A new father sent to prison for a murder he didn't commit.
The sentence was life plus 20.
The shooting happened at a Baltimore bar. Johnson wasn't even there. He was a block away.
And I tried to explain to him that I didn't have nothing to do with the crime.
It was just one witness, a teen girl, who linked him to the murder.
That's all they had. One little girl.
He says as the years went by, he never gave up hope that he would be freed.
I took the initiative to go to the library, study law, and try to help myself.
Eventually, he connected with the Mid-Atlantic Innocence Project, a group that's helped free 28 men wrongly convicted in D.C., Maryland, and Virginia.
So on behalf of the criminal justice system, I must tell you I apologize to you and your family for the pain that you've endured because of this wrongful conviction.
It's been over a week now since he went home.
I was fortunate to be able to got a chance to meet my grandchildren, so I'm a grandfather.
Time with family, enjoying daily life he's missed, and an Independence Day that took on new meaning.
Went down and seen the fireworks down the harbor at the 4th of July. It's just a wonderful day.
Most surprising, he says he carries no ill will, despite all that time he lost.
Some people would ask, how is that possible?
Well, when you get spiritually grounded, you realize that everything happens for a reason. Be it good in your life or bad in your life. There's always a lesson to be learned. Just enjoy life. And I'm saying, just know that there's always going to be trials and tribulations in life. You can't let it get the best of you. You got to understand this is the process in making you a better person. The good along with the bad.
This story may sound familiar to you. Last year, this man, Lamar Johnson, was freed for a murder in Baltimore he didn't commit. He was locked up for 13 years. And then in 2016, Malcolm Bryant, also from Baltimore, was freed after serving 17 years for murder. The Baltimore State's Attorney's Office is cooperating, and they are trying to help identify these cases where people are wrongfully convicted.
I mean, I can't imagine what it has to be like, not only for the men who were imprisoned, but for their families too, and for the community. I mean, this has to be incredibly hard for them.
To lose all that time.
Yes.
I can't imagine what that would be like, but I think talking to him, his attitude really, struck a chord with me, that he, after everything he's been through, isn't angry, and he is, moving on with his life in a positive way.
So we know that he wasn't responsible here. What about the person who was?
There was another man who was locked up, and it's believed he was the shooter. And he actually wrote a sworn affidavit and said Johnson wasn't there. He wasn't part of this, and he passed away. So that was part of his, the effort to free him.
So he wrote the affidavit. Nobody bought it, or it just never was introduced anywhere?
I think it was just a lot of time, a lot of years, and a lot of different pieces of evidence that came out that eventually led to him being freed.
Thank goodness.
Unreal.
He's able to live the rest of his life now.
And you're absolutely right about just having that positive human spirit. Lindsay, thank you very much.